Mr. Farhan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Perfect. So let's get started. I can see Mr. Chris and Miss Melissa have also joined for our stakeholders meeting. So hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you all for joining today's presentation, where I'm going to share our latest developments in enhancing the user experience of our upcoming First and Central app. To give you a quick overview, our agenda includes clarifying why we're here today, aligning our business goals, sharing some personas that me and my team used to create our designs, the key features, and kind of diving into the interactive prototypes using the user journey, which you'll see in a few minutes. We will wrap up with a Q&A session or the floor for any kind of constructive feedback, comments, opinions, anything. So let's get started. As we know, First and Central stands as a premium nightlife destination, setting the pulse of Arizona's entertainment scene. With its success with the first one, the company has expanded rapidly, now operating across Phoenix, Glendale, and Tempe. To better serve their growing customer base, the company aims to enhance the accessibility and convenience by developing a mobile app to let customers browse events, purchase tickets, and manage accounts all from a single user-friendly platform. Basically, we introduce an efficient ticket booking process and more features through the app. Currently, customers have to visit separate websites for each venue to purchase tickets, which is cumbersome, which is a lot of work. With this new app, the entire ticketing process system will be streamlined into one app or one mobile platform, making it much more convenient. Our goals also include providing seamless UX to discover events, buy tickets, manage their accounts for the users, all within the same single app. And by consolidating event listings, we increase revenue as users can discover shows that they may have missed before. They can check out the events that are happening at different locations, and with the social sharing capabilities, they can promote events to the networks, driving more ticket sales and brand exposure for First and Central. So how we kind of started this whole user research process, we did surveys and we did some interviews. And after that, we took all of the data and we kind of put together to analyze and come up with personas. Based on various factors such as age group, interests, personality traits, and more, we've crafted these two personas that you can see on your screen that showcases the diverse needs and preference of our users. For instance, the first persona, Lucinda or Lucy, here is a young, fun, loving person who recently graduated from grad school and lives in the heart of Phoenix, close to entertainment venues. She liked going out to events with her friends, but struggles with finding tickets online for First and Central. We also have Mike over here, who's an awesome person who loves bands from the 70s and 80s, but struggles to find their music in a live setting. So before we dive into any further, I just want to give you an overview of what you're going to see in terms of the actual product or the prototype. A prototype is an early sample of a product, allowing us to test concepts and designs before they go into the development phase. They're not the actual product, so they give you the look and feel of the actual product, though. They help you visualize the flow, engagement, and interactions of the product, like how the user would actually use the product. And they help to set clear expectations with the developers and the stakeholders. For this mobile app, we've created interactive prototypes using Figma, which is a UX prototyping software, to model the user experience for the key features, which you'll be seeing in a few minutes. So just to remind you, this is not the final product. This is just a prototype, which means there are selected screens. Like the actual app will probably have 20 screens, and here in prototype, you'll probably see 5 to 10 screens, which the user needs to accomplish a task. Moving on, let me help you understand our prototypes better, right? So imagine a user, Scarlett, who is similar to our persona about whom I recently discussed, persona Lucy. So let's imagine this scenario. Scarlett recently moved to Arizona and heard about the popular First and Central Club from her coworkers and friends. With her birthday approaching, she thought it would be fun to celebrate there with them. As a first-time user, she downloaded the First and Central app to explore what events were happening, specifically rap concerts, as it's her favorite genre, and how to purchase tickets. So this is our scenario. Next, we are going to see how this scenario plays out in the app, like, for example, the Scarlett's journey. Now, Scarlett's user journey in a snapshot would look something like this. First step would be downloading the First and Central app from the App Store. After downloading, she would have to sign up for an account. Or if she already has an account, she would have to sign in. Then Scarlett would explore the various events hosted by First and Central across different locations. She would navigate through the app's intuitive interface, hopefully, to discover events that align with her interests and preferences. After finding events she's interested in, Scarlett seamlessly purchases tickets through the app for her friends, for her family, just for herself, however she wants, enjoying the convenience of a hassle-free booking process. Now, let's guide Scarlett through her journey for the first feature, which is the sign in and sign up. And we're going to get into the prototype very shortly. Just to give you an overview about how this prototype is going to flow, the first step would be to land up on a sign up or sign in page, right? For any app, even you must have experienced, right, that you would have to create an account. So you must be familiar with how this works, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So far you're following all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. So Scarlett, let's imagine Scarlett would have downloaded the app and then she lands on a sign up or sign in page. Now, she's a first time user. If we go back to our scenario in this slide, see, she is a first time user. So I'm going to use that as a key feature that we need to apply in our app. Now, sorry, here. So we land up on the sign up page. She fills up a sign up form. The sign up form might or might not give her some errors in terms of how many characters she would have to enter in terms of the password, if her date of birth is in the correct format, or she's missing a .com while writing down her email. So we're just helping her to fill up the form. So that is fixing any errors in the sign up form, which is the step 3.
Mm-hmm.
Adding payment details. So here, this is not a mandatory field. This adding payment details would be optional for her. It would just to help her speed up the checkout process, right? She doesn't have to fill in the details every time. And then that would help her complete the sign up. Now we've created prototype of this user flow. Now that you've seen the user flow in these figures, let's move to the prototypes, right? So this is like a look and feel of how the prototype is going to look. Again, this is not the final product. So let's go to our sign up page. So give me 1 second. Let me share that file with you. All right. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So this is how the prototype is going to look. We used an iPhone 4 model for this, right? So let me just move this screen over here. Okay. All right. So the first sign up page would say, hello, sign in to book your tickets and receive updates from one of the most trendiest clubs in Arizona. It's going to ask for the email and password for existing users, and a sign up option is here for a new user. And if they don't want to go through the hassle of filling up forms, they can easily just sign up using their Google or Apple account. So the Google and Apple, I personally use those options a lot because I hate filling up forms. Maybe you do as well. So I think giving the user the convenience is key. We've designed the bottom navigation. We've designed the navigation at the bottom because it's close when they use their phone. It's closer to their fingers, they don't have to go all the way on the top of the screen. It's just easier to use on the bottom. That's why they can switch between different windows, tabs, however you want to call it. That's why we have a signing profile section at the bottom. Now, so let's help Scarlett sign up, right? So she would click up sign up first, and then it would take her to the sign up page where she puts her name, Then she puts her email. Let's imagine she's put her name, email, phone. She's made up her password that contains alphanumeric characters. And I've given her the option of saving time and enjoying faster checkout by adding her payment information, right? So we've filled up all of this. So let's click on add payment information. Oops, there's an error because she needs to enter a valid email address and the password was probably wrong what she put in. Like she needs to meet the criteria of the password. So let's assume that she's filled in all of that. Now we click on payment information. Now again, I made the design decision of making the complete sign up button a more solid color and not the payment information because I am encouraging the user to click on the complete sign up, right? Adding payment information is optional. So when me as a user, we see at the buttons, we are more likely to click on what captures our attention first. So, which is why these two are different colors. This doesn't mean that they're disabled buttons, but they're just kind of tricking the user psychology or tricking them mentally to click, to encourage them to click. Now, since Scarlett is a first-time user, let's assume that she's going to add the payment information. So let's do that. Voila. She is taken to the add new credit or debit card screen where she can easily scan the card. She doesn't have to type them out, or she can manually type them out, giving her both options. Because sometimes maybe the lighting isn't great wherever she is and when she's scanning the card, right? So she fills in the card number. If she's scanning the card, they would automatically fill up. She needs to put the billing address and she needs to mention if it's her default card, if she has more than one card, right? Nothing too complicated. She must have done this. As users, we're used to this whole process. It fits the mental model so far. And then she adds the card. These are her saved cards. The green click at the icon at the bottom means that card is activated right now. She can delete it, update it, however she wants. If she wants to add new credit debit card, she can do that. And once that's done, she can complete the sign up process. Her profile is set up with the loading screen we just saw. And then this is her profile, where these are the three options she can do, where she can edit her profile, manage her payments, and she can change her password, and preferences if she likes dark mode or light mode. These are more of accessibility options. If our reader or if our user has vision or any other accessibility issues, I want my app to be inclusive of everyone, or as much as possible, if not 100% everyone. And yeah, this was the flow for the sign up process. Now, just quickly, I'm going to take if Scarlett was already a user, right? If Scarlett is already a user, how would it look different for her then? So let's assume Scarlett is a user now, the next time she logs in. So the next time she logs in, she doesn't go to the sign up process. She fills in her email and password and she logs in. Easy breezy. Ta-da! She comes to the homepage of First and Central, where she can scroll to see everything she has, but she just wants to view her tickets, like the tickets she bought for the events, right? So she clicks on tickets, and these are the tickets that she bought. Okay, so this is the 10th Jan. The event is on 10th Jan. Now, we know how some of the events have age limitations. So this is 18 plus only, and this is 13 plus only. So, for example, she wants to view the ticket for the first one. And this is how a ticket screen is going to look like. Her tickets. So she can see and view map. This will take her directly to the location through Google Maps or Maps, the barcode for scanning. And this is an entry express. So people who will be buying the tickets from the app itself and not at the door during the event would have an entry express. They have a priority. The user can request for a refund if plans change, or they can go to the event page, which is this event page. So this was the key feature, or this was the feature how they would take when they're signing up or signing in. So now let's go back to our presentation. Wait 1 second. All right, can you see the screen changed again?
Yes.
Awesome. Any questions so far about the sign up and sign in feature?
No, I think this is great. Just continue on. Very interesting how the flows are interconnected, as well as just kind of how it's all mapped together within the UX tool Figma. So yeah, let's continue on.
Awesome. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to interrupt me. I would be happy to answer them.
Hmm.
So now let's move on. So this is the image we already have seen before. So first it was the sign up and sign in. Now Scarlett is already a user, logged in user, right? Now she wants to explore events that are on her birthday. So
Hmm.
let's guide her how she can explore those events on her birthday for her favorite genre, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
So how the whole user flow is going to look like, she'll have to complete 6 steps. So first, she's going to go to events from the bottom navigation that you've recently just seen, now that you can map out how they look like. Next, she's going to click at all events to view a listing of events. There will be a calendar where she can choose to see her preferred dates or a date range, however she wants. She can choose her desired filters, like how she mentioned she likes rap, how she
Hmm.
mentioned she probably pricing and timing and other filters, right? It gives the user the convenience and the freedom to choose their own thing rather than limiting them. Then view listings of scheduled events, and then they can see click on an event listing to view event detail, basically the event description. So now let's see how this kind of pans out within our prototype. All right, so let me change the screen again. Okay, here it is. All right. So Scarlett is on the homepage after logging in, correct? So here she can see upcoming near you. So what events are happening near her in which first and central location. Maybe she lives in the heart of Arizona or the downtown branch, and then here they would show up. Depends on where the user's location is. And then she can search, and then there is all events or view all events where she can browse all the event listings regardless of which location and where they are, right? So let's click on view all. Oh, just one more thing here. 135 Central Avenue is basically the app would detect automatically about her location. It's similar to how food delivery apps kind of detect our location automatically and sees events around us.
Hmm.
If she's not in that particular location, she can change it however she wants. It's just a convenience for the user that they don't have to change it every time. The app would do the like heavy lifting for them.
Hmm.
So let's click on view all. Now we have a long list of events that's going to happen in all the 3 locations of First and Central. And there's a search button on the top. They have different dates, different prices, different locations, different timings. They also have like a small booking fast kind of information so that they know what's trending right now or which events are happening right now. So Scarlett wants to find out an event that's all happening on her birthday. So let's try to see what's happening on her birthday. So we click the small icon on top, which is the calendar icon. And here she can, so the gray colored numbers are basically, there are no events happening in that club that day. The circular numbers are basically, there are events happening on those days. So you can see January, February. If you keep scrolling, you can see more months. So let's assume her birthday is on the 10th of January. And these would be all the events that would be happening on the 10th of January. And these are a mix of locations, mixed prices, and everything. So now she needs to filter because she loves rap genre, right? She's mentioned that in the scenario. So let's go to filter. Uh, a window is going to pop up from the down of the screen. And then here you can sort by trending, price high to low, price low to high. My bad, there's a small mistake over here. Here, there's another calendar. So often you can be confused about why there are 2 calendars. The first calendar can give you the convenience of like understanding which days have events and which don't, and then you can choose a date however you want. Here, if you want to mix the filters and calendars, or if you want to see just today, or you can even choose a date range. So let me know what you think about the calendar. I'm not sure which is best, but let me know what you think. Definitely, it's an open discussion, open suggestion. Then here she can choose her genre, which is rap. And then she can choose her prices, the venue where she wants to go to, and the age, and she clicks on filter.
Mhm.
So now filter is selected, and you can see which filter is selected. These are all the events that are happening on 10th January and are of a rap genre. Sorry, my bad. So moving on, she's interested in this Don Coco's event, and she looks at the picture. This is the picture of the celebrity or the singer, and he has more pictures, so she can just swipe left and right and even keep swiping depending on how many pictures she has. The 10th January is highlight of when the event is happening, and she can use this share icon to share it with her friends.
Mhm.
Um, Here we have the rap genre, the name of the singer or the event, the price for each ticket, the location and the time. You can see that it's booking fast, so it's a very trendy event right now. It has small tags called 18 and over, and if that event serves alcohol, because some of them are 13 and up, and alcohol would not be served there, so it just clears up the whole idea for the user. You can choose the number of tickets over here. And then you can read about it more. You can also see some similar events or the user would like. It would depend on the algorithm and the backend engineering, how these would kind of pan out. And so, yeah, so this is how she can see what events are happening on the day of her birthday and on preferred genre.
Mhm. Nice.
So, so let's go back to our screen. Give me 1 second. Let me switch it up. Yeah, so that was the journey, Scarlett's journey about how to explore wrap event options on her birthday. Any
Mhm.
questions so far?
Yeah, not a question, but a comment. I really like the tags because they give a kind of more clear expectations on the guidelines for each event. These are important details that I would want to know before I attend one of these events. But yeah, just continue on.
Correct. That's what we thought. And yeah, obviously we do plan to test our prototype as well with real users and everything. And we can also see that additionally, what else can help our users to kind of smoothen the whole process and give them an elevated user experience, right? So definitely. So let's move on, shall we?
Mhm. Sure.
Okay, so next and the last part of Scholar's journey would be what? Ultimately purchasing a ticket,
Mhm.
because that was the whole point. She wants to purchase a ticket on her birthday that for an event she would love to go to. So let's see how this would kind of pan out. So Scarlett, so let's go back from the beginning again. After downloading the app, after signing up, now she's assigned it. Now she's a user of the app, so she probably has an account. So she signs into the app. Then she clicks their choice of scheduled event. For example, the wrap event that we just saw. She chooses the number of tickets. So she's going with her friend or family, maybe 2 tickets, maybe 3 tickets, but we wouldn't keep it to a maximum of 10 tickets per person.
Mhm.
So she chooses the number of tickets. She proceeds with purchasing the tickets, and then she is redirected to the checkout page. And now it would be similar to how they would shop on any e-commerce store, that would be Amazon or any other store, so that it follows the user's mental model, makes it easy. Next, she is going to oops, I'm sorry. Oops. I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
She's going to fill in her information in the checkout page, or the information would already be auto-completed if the user is signed in, given the email address, the phone number, and the payment information. These would be automatically filled in if their user, if they're signed in, or they would add it, change it, however they want. They
Mhm.
enter the payment information in this stage in case they haven't done it while signing up, because it was an optional choice that time. So
Mhm.
step 7 would be entering the payment information. Step 8 would be accepting the terms and condition, because there would be refund policy, there would be other terms and condition. If it's an 18 plus event and serves alcohol, we also need them to know that this is an 18 plus event. And so that's why we need the terms and conditions. Unless they agree to them, we cannot let them proceed with the whole checkout process. They confirm the purchase, and then they receive confirmation through the app and the email. Now let's see how this whole 10-step process looks in a prototype.
Yeah.
So let's go to the prototype. Let me switch the screen again. So as you've seen before, this is the home page after she logs in, right?
Mhm.
So for example, she was interested in this Don Coco's event. So let's click on that. This is the event listing with the description. You've seen this, we have seen this page before, but this time we actually want to purchase tickets. So we're going to purchase 10 tickets and we're going to buy now. It directly takes Scarlett to the checkout page. Here she can see a summary of the tickets. So Don Coco times 10 tickets, which would be a total of $450. The tax will be estimated automatically through the app and the subtotal here. She can view this or she can collapse it, because the mobile screen has a limited viewport and a screen space. So we don't want to overload the user's cognitive brain with a lot of information. We need to be careful about their cognitive capacity and everything. So we can give them the option if they want to collapse it or expand it, depending on the screen space and everything. Next, she fills up the information, or this would be autofilled already given she's logged in. On the top of the screen, we have the back button. I feel in my designs, I really put a lot of importance in the back button, because it gives the user the freedom to move around the app. When they feel when they feel limiting or limited within the app, they kind of get frustrated and give up on the app completely. That's why I give them a lot of freedom, because on the bottom of navigation, you can switch between the different tabs. On the top, they can click the back button and go to the previous page. So I really emphasized on giving them the freedom of how they want to move through the different pages of the app. So next, we have these small tiny icons, which kind of shows her the progress. I don't want her to think that it's a never-ending progress of a lot of filling out details and everything. I want her to know that it's a three-step progress and what's to come. So we filled up the information and the summary we saw here, and then she clicks on next. Next, see the progress bar, kind of progress to the payment information. So this helps the user to understand what's happening with their process and what to expect from more to come. They can again see the ticket summary with a collapsible and expandable section over here. They can see the contact information that they just filled in the page earlier, right before this. So the Scarlett Johnson, the email, their phone number, they can easily change this by clicking on them or by using the back button. Going ahead with the payments, we can see that the user has two saved cards already. One is a Visa card, one is a MasterCard. I feel like these visuals of these cards are very cute and also very captivating for the user, rather than being bored, keeping boring details of a bunch of credit card numbers or a lot of X's. So I was just thinking how to make this more engaging or exciting. I don't want them to get bored of our app. Here, for example, Scarlett wants to add a new credit card or debit card. So she can scan her card again, like the first step we saw during the sign up form. She adds the card and it gets added here. She can also see how many cards are here. So if she has more than 2 cards, she can scroll on left and right to choose which card she would want. So once the payment is done, the confirm purchase button is disabled right now. So they can't click this unless they accept terms and conditions to proceed. So this is the terms and conditions. We have filled this with dummy data by right now. This wouldn't be like this in our actual development app. So here, we will have a I agree with terms and conditions checkboxes that they need to click and unclick, or both of them needs to be green before they can agree.
Mhm.
And then see, the confirm purchase has activated right now. That means it's enabled to click. So when they click it, it's a nice, cute confirmation. And look, the progress bar has completed. So congratulations, Scarlett, your tickets are confirmed. This GIF or animation would probably not be there. It's a filler for right now. A GIF or animation would be more relevant to this whole theme of this app. That's something that is something we visualize having over here. Here, there's a small button where she can invite her friends or make it more social. She can share it socially. That is something I visioned, or my team has envisioned. And she can access her tickets via mobile, which is this tab, or through she will also get her tickets through an email. So when she goes to her ticket tab, my tickets, she can see her event ticket is over here. So yeah, that was the whole purchase user flow. So now, yeah, that is pretty much what we had in terms of our prototype. And did you have any questions or comments? I know you must have received a copy of the file already, but I can send it again in case you haven't. You can explore the prototypes by yourself and reach out back to me regarding any questions or comments about the user experience of the app.
Yeah, I
So
had a
yeah, I
question.
open the floor.
Thank you. Yes, it's a lovely presentation. I think it's very minimal, clean, simplistic, but also a really unique way to engage with the user through design. One of the questions I had was, how long did it take you to from conceptualization to the finished prototype, and what was involved in the process?
Definitely. Me and my team, we definitely started, we had a lot of meetings with our initial, of course, with your team, with our initial stakeholders, the business, the development team. We had to work with cross-functional teams about if this was possible, because if we design something and then we go to the developers knowing that some feature wouldn't be able to develop the way we are designing it, that would be a problem. So there would be constant communication and collaboration in terms of if this is feasible or not within the scope of the project. And definitely Chris, Mr. Farhan, Miss Melissa, you've been a great help trying to help me and my team understand the requirements about what you want in your app, and also kind of empathizing with the users about how they would want to use and in what environments or conditions they would be using this app, because maybe they're using the app while driving their car, or maybe they're just browsing it while watching TV. Two completely different environments, right? So we want to make it as easy as possible, following the user's mental model, but yet also make it exciting, using a lot of visuals over text. I'm a visuals person, so I feel like I don't like to get bored while using apps, but there's definitely a lot of areas we can play with. So yeah, we given the time frame, we can definitely take some feedback, incorporate it, and then we're going to release it into the user testing phase.
Nice. And what are the primary challenges, and what was the most challenging part of this whole process for you guys?
I feel the challenging part of this whole process was all like, I think making like, since First and Central app would be the first of its app, we don't want it to look like any of its competitors' app, or we don't want it to be similar to any other e-commerce app. But at the same time, we also want to take inspiration from those apps, because users are used to a certain kind of user task or user flow, right? So how do we put that in our app by adding our own unique touch? There's a lot of ideation and brainstorming that went into prioritizing some options and how the user would see some things. And also like the interaction of the app, because it is so much different than how they would interact with the desktop website, for example, right? So there would be a lot of swiping and switching windows and all of that. Maybe sudden tap on the screen may even purchase a ticket, and we need to prevent that, right? So there are some things that we had to figure out, but me and my team have done a great job so far, I believe. And yeah, it's been smooth.
Yeah, absolutely. This is wonderful. It's amazing. I think that yeah, it's great. Thank you so much for your presentation. I think it's really ties well together our concept and kind of what we wanted from our from a initial point of view. And I think it's just deliver. It just really speaks to our brand and kind of brings out the vision that we were looking for in the end. But yes. I think that's
That's
all.
great. So I think if you have any feedback or comments, you can email them back to me, or you can catch me whenever we meet across the hallway or something. But definitely, we look forward to making this come true.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Sharman.
Thank you so much, Chris, Mr. Farhan, and Miss Melissa. Thank you.